from your position in your role as an LPN, how did it affect your day-to-day, and what did it do for you as a nurse?
Once I got over the initial shock of nothing being on paper anymore, it's way more efficient. Everything's at your hands. There's no more running back to the nurse's station to get a chart. There's no more, having to look something up through page by page. It's right there. You can be in the middle of a med pass and you can look up someone's past medical history immediately. More efficient and more productive. You get more time with your residents.
Were you already 100% familiar with the EHR, or did you learn it your first facility at the same speed you were teaching it?
We were using being MDS at that facility, we were actually using a portion of it for our care plans. And that was pretty much all. The billing and the care plans was all. I'm one of those OCD nurses, so if you put something in front of me, I have to fully understand it and fully be able to, then made me start navigating it myself. And I was like, I'll figure it out.
What did your first struggles look like? And then I want to know kind of, when did you guys see the light at the end of the tunnel? And you're like, oh, this is making sense, and we're going to get the team to buy in on this.
I know Charles was actually the one who implemented the first building. I was still just the MDS coordinator at the first building we implemented. When I moved to the next facility as the QA, quality assurance nurse, my first job, the first week, was turning this building totally electronic. They were total paper. Getting the paper out of their hands, hearing the nurses say, well, this would be easier if we just did it on paper. And trying to get them to understand it's not the fact that it would be easier on paper, it's just that you're more comfortable with the paper. But if you just give it time, you'll realize that it's a whole lot easier on the computer. And when we finally realized that they kind of grasped that concept, was the first time that we had an issue with the server and we had to go back to paper for about 24 hours. And all we heard was, oh my God, I can't believe we have to go back to paper.
Also seen you in the user group at least 3 times. Why do you go to it, and what do you get from it?
I like going to the user groups because with experience care in particular, they listen to what we want, to how the user itself, like, you guys, how do you want this set up? How do you want this to look? And I'm very vocal. If I want something a certain way, or if I feel like I need something to work a certain way. And they've been very, I like getting on those groups because not only do I get to see the sneak peek of what it's going to work, what it's going to look like when it's time to roll it out to our facilities. Again, I teach it, so I'd like to be very aware of what it's going to look like. But I also like the fact that I can put my own input in and actually see that transform into real time.